praise what you got for me.
Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Spurs at the moment. As you guys know what time it is by now, everything Tottenham, everything Spurs, all of that stuff we are covering here today. And because it's an international break, we might go a little piece left, might go a little piece right, innit? It might just be the conversation takes it where we're going, but we are going to give you the most important updates that are ahead. A few players returning from injury soon, and then a player who's going to be out for much longer. But look, before we get into any of that stuff, make sure you guys are smashing the like button on the video. Yeah, take your shoes off when you enter the damn house. It don't take you a second. It don't cost you nothing. So smash the damn likes, and then make sure you are subscribed to the boy, because we're trying to get to this 5K before the end of the year. We were rolling through 3K like it was nothing. Like 3K just didn't even happen at this point. I don't even remember being on 3K. But 5K, we're close. We're real close. The momentum has slowed up, but we need to speed it back up. So tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Subscribe to your boy, Durag Diaries. But yeah, man, big up to the people them inside. If you are inside, let it be known. And I big up to troops, man. I have to say that first and foremost. Big up to troops every single time. Had man on yesterday, went on to his charity stream, and first of all, what he's doing is something big, man. It's needed. And big up to everyone that's been supporting the cause, because what's going on in Jamaica is tough. I know a lot of people's families been affected. Fortunately for me, my granddad and so on, my family that have associations back there, they're more inland, so haven't been directly affected. But ultimately, still, it's still our culture, and it's still our home that has now been affected, obviously. So if you can donate, you can support, please find the right channels, whether it's the Troop stream or another, just wherever it is. There's plenty of GoFundMes, there's plenty of pages. Make sure if you can, go donate, or if not, just share the message. Sharing the message is just as good as donating, because you could get it through to someone else who hasn't seen that could then make a donation. So please make sure you're doing that. But big up to troops, man. That stream, it's still going on, actually. I was gonna say last night, but I was on the stream last night and I woke up and obviously these men are still going. I see Lee was still on there going mad this morning. Can't believe Lee's trying to start beef on a charity stream. It's mad. I woke up this morning and what do I see is Lee Warren. Lee's an old war, bro. First he's warring Jacob. He's telling Jacob, yeah, you was Ange out before you won the trophy. I'm just like, bro, man was scrambling. Lee, and you know what? I respect Lee in it because he does his thing, but I've seen Lee in far too many arguments, yeah. When he just starts scrambling completely, like just he's losing the arguments, so he just starts saying anything. And I've clocked that. I think Staffy was cooking him up straight after, because he started talking about managers that have won stuff, and then Staffy basically showed him, look, there's plenty of managers that have not won stuff that have then gone on to be successful. And then he was trying to say, oh, well, if they manage a B team, then it's it was just going left, right, and it was just a whole load of waffle, to be honest. And then White Yardie come up in the building and it just went left. But look, the cause is the most important thing. Big up to them. It was good to be on a stream of X. I know we didn't really. I saw people in the chat saying, Jords, man, chat. I was like, bro, what do you man want me to do? Come on the stream and just start shouting at me like, yo, money sleeve. Like, bro, calm down, take a touch. I'm letting everyone else have their time. X come in and just started frying everyone, bro. Terry got it. Couple months got it, I think. Not months, sorry. No, not Roms. I'm trying to think who was on. It was late night. There was a couple man just getting fried up by X, man. He's a legend, innit? So shout out to him. He was just killing me, bro. Aubameyang come on. Aye, Aubameyang coming on was legendary. I can't even lie. He did come on and he was dissing X. I got a slight because he said the Tottenham boys or Tottenham guys. So I suppose he jabbed at me, but X, he threw the bang. So he took it for me and then cooked him back. So hey, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna complain. But shout out to Orba, man, because to come onto a stream like and a lot of people don't realize, isn't it? Like to be a footballer and to come onto a football stream where you have all these different streamers, it's against the norm. Loads of people aren't for it. Most footballers and probably agents and like PR managers tell you shouldn't have done that. But for him to just come out and do that, it's big, man, and it shows support to the cause. But not just that, like he's supporting what the people them are doing, innit? Like, because there's I know enough players they don't like to hear the feedback. They think, oh, because you man are on YouTube, you're sat in your house, you don't know ball and all these things. But look, that's not the case. Obo was even saying, like, Troops is giving him advice sometimes. Troops is telling him, when you're going there, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Like, man are taking advice from YouTuber, man. So, all right, for real, respect to respect to Orba, big up to Troops every time. But respect to Orba, man, because that's what we need to see. You need to see these types of link ups. It just gives I feel like it gives us as YouTubers, but especially as like football commentating YouTubers, it gives us a little bit more verification in the sense that we know we're doing something and people them seeing what we're doing in it. But yeah, man, look, that was just a brief little touch on that because it was nice to be a part of the moment, although very briefly. But for real, respect him and but yeah, man, look, respect him for that, for real. Footy Corner, for real. Don't get it wrong though, Footy Corner, I've been seeing you in my comments. I've been seeing you in my Twitter replays. Yeah, man, I'm getting rattled. I have to start calling myself the puppet master because I've just got all the. Once I start tweeting, the puppets just start moving and rattling around, fam. Man is the puppet master, bro. Because every time I'm just getting these Arsenal fans sink and hook, bro. Or whatever the fuck was it? Hook and sink? I don't even know what way it goes round. But I'm handing them, I'm throwing out and I'm reeling them back in. Puppet mastering. Yeah, I've got them all clinking and clatting together, just calling out the nonsense. You're not calling out no nonsense because this is what I don't get. When I'm talking about goals, I'm talking about goals. And then Arsenal fans go, but Gluckers has more clean sheets. Well, Gluckers as in a defender. He's not defending. And then you're going to go, but Van Ven's not a striker. He's not striking. But defenders can score goals. Strikers can't get clean sheets. That's not even a thing. It's not even a stat. The clean sheets are only for defenders and goalkeepers. That's a fact. Goals are for everyone on the pitch. So when you want to do a comparison that doesn't even add up, what are we doing here? It's not making no sense. So just showing you that I'm pointing out how crazy your comparison is. So definitely these men are just, you know, them ones like thin air, bro. Man are clutching that thin air. You're falling, and nothing gonna save you. Nothing finna save you. But big up to Manny as well in the building. Lee Gunner vs X was crazy. See, I left at that point. I think this probably was just as I left because Lee Gunner came into the stream as Orba came in, literally like moments before. Then, as Orba was on, I sort of left the stream because I knew it was coming to a moment where it was more Arsenal fans. And look, I'm somebody who, when I go out, man, just in life, like, and that's why you see when I go onto the streams. Especially, I ain't been on Troops' stream before. I ain't going on there and just start, taking over the stream. Because that's just not my personality, innit? It's not, this ain't a room that I've been in before. So I'm not going to make the room all about me. Just like when you go into like a new environment, I ain't loud. I'm not doing the, If you want to come chat to me, chat to me. You want to ask me a question. You know what I mean? Like, I'll insert myself when needed. So, obviously, it was come to a point where it was more all Arsenal things. And I was like, do you know what? Let's let Arsenal have their moment. Aubameyang's there. The Arsenal fans are on there. Let these men have their moment, man. I ain't going to come and ruin it. Obviously, I like X come and show them, man, a trophy, something they ain't seen in a long time. And I love to see how all these men were arse-licking a guy that went to Chelsea, innit? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. But he did say he regretted it. So all the Chelsea fans in the chat that were twerking for him as well, it's so funny, bro. The Chelsea fans go, my legend, my blue, and he literally said on the stream, bro, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Like, man really regretted that. 6 months of pain. Even said, bro, didn't even want to go. Like, it was one of them ones sort of got forced to go, and he, to protect his family, done it. But Chelsea fans are going mad, man. Can't believe what the Chelsea fans are doing, twerking up into the place for a guy that don't even rate them. It's mad. Certain man sees someone and just start going mad, start twerking on that. But big up to Charlie Tap Drums as well. Big up, Jords. Big up to you, man. Appreciate you. First one in the building. Frosty as well, of course. Big up to you. We're gonna get on some of the Kulu stuff. Jords, my epilepsy surgery soon. I'm nervous. Can you give me advice to be calm? Well, look, I can be totally honest with you, Frosty. First of all, big up to you, man. Always supporting, always in the building. Well, sending my best wishes and good luck. I hope the surgery goes well. I haven't actually ever had any experience in a surgery. Like the worst injury I've had where I've had to go to the hospital in A&E was just like a fractured foot and like a broken finger or something like that, broken toe. I've never actually had to go under surgery. So I can only give you advice on what I can assume it be like. But look, I just say, look, try going into it with positive mentality. Try to stay happy. Try keep your what's the word I'm looking for? Just try to keep your mind off it. Try not think about it too much, because I've always found when you overthink things, that's when you start to find problems, start to find negative things to focus on. Just try to keep your mind right. Try to keep focused. Try keep your mind off it. Just keep watching stuff and keep focusing on everything else that's not that. But more than anything, stay in a positive mindset. And look, we'll be sending our best wishes to you to make sure your surgery goes well. And yeah, man, look, just try not to overthink it. Try not to overthink it. But I really, look, I'm being honest. My advice may not be great because I generally have never gone under the knife, never been under surgery. So for someone that's been under surgery, they could probably tell you how to deal with it properly. But I don't know, if I had a surgery, I could be panicking myself. I'm just being real. I've never had the worst I've come to, like, being under something is my tattoos and shit, bro. And they're putting needles on me. I'm having tattoos done. That's the worst bit for me. So honestly, Frosty, like, try to stay positive, man. We'll be sending our best wishes for you. Sorry, what's good, my people? What's good, Elijah? Big up to E in the building. E, man, I hope you watch that Trench Talks back in full, man, because that was some. People, that make sure you're watching Trench Talks, because that was one of the funniest streams the other day, Friday night. It was class. Ish going mad. Ish was going mad. The point was my striker you're comparing has more goals than your strikers compared, low. But we weren't talking about my strikers. Also, my strikers weren't the 100 goal in the last 2 years striker. It wasn't the striker that was supposed to bridge the gap between not winning a trophy and winning a trophy. So to compare your striker to my strikers, I hear what you're doing, but it don't really make sense because we don't have the star-studded striker that you do. Yeah, we got Dom Solanke, but he's not even played this season. So if you want to compare him to Solanke, you can, but he hasn't played this season, so it'd be rather shameless. We can compare to Gabby Jesus as well. That's the thing we can do. We can compare Richarlison, like I done. I was comparing Richarlison to Gabby Jesus at the start of the season. I mean, should we go look at their GA? I'm happy to do so. Richarlison's got 6 GA. How much Jesus got? Oh, 0, because he's not played any. But yeah, Van de Ven with more goals than Gyökeres is crazy works. I reckon Van de Ven will bang 100 goals in a Portuguese. Nah, you might be stretching it. I don't think. Look, even that he didn't score 100 goals. I think he scored 96. Just a bit out there. I did check this like a couple months ago. I might be wrong by 1 or 2 goals, but I know it was in the late 90s, in it. In the league anyway. What? Yeah. It was late 90s. I think he scored across the 2 seasons. But Gyökeres, I don't think it's easy to replicate what he done. I just want to throw out there. I don't think it's easy to replicate what he done in the Portuguese league, but it's definitely been over-exaggerated how it would transfer into the other leagues. The way that league is set up, just like Bundesliga, a lot of space in behind. You can look at those defenses. Sometimes when teams are attacking, there's 3 people back. There's not even low blocks. There's no systems that actually have 4 or 5 people sat back. Like, they just don't have a system like that. So Yeah, I just think Gyökeres thrived off of the systems in the league. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Because this is sounding like it's meaning something, but I don't think it's meaning that. So I'm just asking you what you mean by that. I thought you were trying to do a Lee White Yardie thing. Man, I book your flight. Don't start throwing them things out there for man, you know. Hey, but yeah, let me know what you actually mean by that. Because do you know what it is? I'm catching up to the chat. You guys know how I am. It's like 5 minutes ago, so I generally am a bit lost. And big up to Orica for the super sticker. It just says here, and you know, marking her attendance or his attendance, marking their attendance. Let's see that, their attendance. Big up to Orica every single time supporting the channel. Appreciate you. Appreciate every single time. Smash the like button, as they say here. Don't take you a second. It don't cost you nothing. You know what I mean? We're currently on 10 likes, so that means not enough people have liked the video. Like the damn thing. Yo, they won the EPL of Wenger though. We still meh. What's this in reference to? It's on my brain and it's oh raw. Alright, Frosty man, I can wait. That sounds tough. And look, yeah, man, look, we'll be sending our best wishes from the stream. Let us know the date it is, and on that date, we'll be making sure everyone in the stream sends their best for Frosty. Trust me, we're gonna get the whole chat to be bigging up Frosty, man, on his day of his surgery. But that's mad, man. That's mad. You must be young as well, so look, man, you're going through it, but stay positive, stay strong. All the fucking bold, bruv. You know, one of them ones. All aboard the Thomas Frank engine. 2 seconds. Morning, Jords, and big up, my brother. Big up to you, my bro. Kulu is back in training with the team or training by himself. So we'll get into that in literally a second, Enrique. What I'll do is I'm going to start your message and we're going to get into it. Madness. He was talking mad. He was, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, man, you got 3 strikers with the same price. What are we doing here? No, we don't. We definitely don't. Name the 3 strikers that were the same price. We have 2 strikers. 2 strikers that were that price. And even with that, those strikers were heavily overpriced. So I don't actually know what we're doing here. We know, and we would tell you those strikers were heavily overpriced. So I don't know what to say about it. Because we paid the same money doesn't mean they're the same worth or they bring the same value. The value what Gyökeres brought was so much more than what Richarlison and Solanke brought, because the expectation was much higher. Gyökeres is trash, as is Jesus. Jesus is I rate Gyökeres. No lie, Tottenham strikers suck. Hurricanes or Richarlison, Tell and Muani. Yeah, it's mad that them 3 can't even get the amount of goals needed to replace Hurricane. Jesus obviously has long-term injuries. Yeah, he does. We know. Gyökeres has doing the team has doing the team thing, to be fair to him. Sure, we want him to score. What do you mean doing the team thing? I don't actually think that makes any sense. What do you mean doing the team thing? Because that's just a cop-out for him not scoring goals, fam. That's literally just a cop-out for him not scoring enough goals. He's not been good in his all-round play. And if you're telling me he has, you're lying. You're lying. He's had some good little tricks and he's had some good touches, some good passes, some good link-ups at times. But his all-round game has not been flourishing. Like, if I look at Ekatike, he's been good in and around the team. But Gyökeres, he's had some good games. I'm a truth teller. Or in my own truth, anyway. So I'm not going to hate and say he's been awful this season, innit? Like, but I don't think his goal catalogue is any good. Like, I think his only good goal that I can sit here and say that's a Gyökeres goal is Lee, man. Leeds is the one where he cut in, and even then, like, Pascal straight. he's rubbed, man. We saw Tell do like run on him and score a goal. So yeah, yeah, bro. I was in the chat, man. You might see me like I don't even. Well, I don't even be saying too much in the chat like that. But I was Lee, you're scrambling, bro. You've gone mad. Charity streaming, you're here trying to argue, man. Call them to your yard, and that. He's gone mad, man. Can't even lie. Or I can come on yours, you know. Yeah, we'll set something up for you, Kolo, man. We'll set something up. Spurs have been without our two first strikers, Muani and Solanke, practically all season. If Arsenal had that, Sky Sports would be running 30-minute segments on this. I have facts. I'm 50. Big up to Frosty, man. I knew you were young. I didn't know you were that young, but big up to you, man. I've had it for 10 years, and it could be any day now to April the turn. Oh, so is it one of those surgeries where they just like give you when the availability comes, they book you in? Well, look, man, young guy, you got your whole life ahead of you. At least it's only like a 1-year recovery at this stage, and it's probably better that you get it done now when you're still young. So when you're older and you're an adult, you can be past that. Because I suppose if you're an adult and you had a surgery that can keep you out for a year, it could probably put a whole pause on your life. But you're still young, man. You got your whole life ahead of you. So yeah, man, just stay positive and look, we are here to support. And yeah, when it is going down, let us know, and we're gonna be sending our support over here and letting everyone know. Bro, Brennan Johnson does this. Don't start doing all of this rubbish. Brennan Johnson does this, fam. I'm not sitting here and praising a £65 million player for freeing up. Bro, I could take other players off other players. You know, you just need to make a run to do that. You just need to make runs in football. Whether you're a shit player or not, players are always going to mark you. Because you being offside or getting into a good position, you might eventually score. So this doesn't mean you're good, and this doesn't mean you're doing good. So, I know. I'm just winding you up, man. Gyökeres is there to score goals, and he's kind of struggling at the moment. What? When I'm a Tottenham fan saying it, I'm a madman. 65 million to make runs and free up players. What are we doing here? You know, like, man, I'm paying all sorts of quids to make runs and distractions. Nah, I can't believe. One thing I've learned about these Arsenal fans is they love a good excuse. Yeah, they do. They do love a good excuse. Yeah, they said it's a 90 percentile. I'll never have one again, and I have to play football for 2 years and haven't played games for 4, and can't go out. Yeah, man, look, it's so much better you're getting it done at this age. I know, obviously, as you're young, man, you're going to be feeling, you're probably thinking, like, everyone's against you, life's against you, doesn't want you to thrive. But trust me, man, it's best to get it done now whilst you're young. You've got your whole life ahead of you, man. Whole life ahead of you. You know, when you're a little bit older, you'll be able to live all these experiences and better, rather than when you're young, you're limited. You can't really do much, you know what I mean? So it's better you stay indoors now and get it over and done with. So yeah, man, big up to you, Frosty. But look, let's go into some of this news because Ulrika did have a question earlier about Kolo, Kulu, not Kolo, Kulu. And we have now had confirmation that Kulu is back doing individual training. Let me just get let me share my screen. We have now had confirmation. I know this is just one random page, but Paul O'Keefe tweeted it. Plus, I'll show you the screenshot as well. The Tottenham Hotspur winger Dejan Kulusevski is back on the grass following a severe long-term injury to his right knee last season. He is back in individual training, so he's not doing training with the team yet. I reckon it's going to be a couple. Probably looking at like a month, maybe a bit longer, because I don't know. I know he's been in rehabilitation for a while, but I know he's back on the grass with boots, but it's still probably doing just work without the ball, because there's a lot of work you have to do to get your body up to scratch to get back to the physical level you need to be at to play in the Premier League. So probably still going to be a month or two before we see him playing for us. But he is now back on the pitch, and we did see this, which is a screenshot from Destiny Udogi's Instagram story where they are currently in Dubai and they are with Tottenham coaches and they're doing training. So I don't know if they've went out there for a training camp or if there's just some players that have gone and done it. But Decky is training. Decky is back in training. He is back, and I cannot wait to see this player back underneath Thomas Frank. Or I say back. I can't wait to see him return and play football underneath Thomas Frank, because this is the midfielder. You know what? If you guys been watching me, you guys know I praise Kulu like no other. Kulu over Madness, Kulu over all of these players in our team. Talk about this game against Man United. Last year, man created 9 chances in one game versus Man United. He is an absolute demon. You get him in the middle, he's going to cause all sorts of problems. I need to see him back in that team, playing next to Xavi, playing next to Kudus, because he's been drowning. He's been drowning. Ever since the first year or 18 months when he came to Spurs and he was playing with Harry Kane, Son, and they were actually at a good level, we saw him thriving. But that was a young Kulu still coming into himself, a young Kulu that was playing with a little bit of freedom, but still didn't, as not refined as he is now, playing in the middle, not in a defensive system. And I wouldn't even call, like, in a defensive Thomas Frank system. We can have him in I'm meshing up my words. In a defensive Antonio Conte system where he's sort of playing as a wing back a lot of the times. They had him just tracking up and down the wing. When you get him in the middle, having a little bit more freedom, maybe even in the 8, I think we could see Decky in the 8. But I know Thomas Frank likes to have that robustness in front of his defense. So maybe not Decky. But Decky's a player who's very physical, tenacious, likes to get involved in tackles, likes to get involved in sort of battling and dueling players. So he could potentially play in that role. But if you put him advanced in that number 10 or play with Paulinho and 2 8s, Xavi and Kulu, you could look, or even, how could we forget? How could I even forget? You can get the 2 Swedes in there. You put Kulu, you put Bergvall next to each other, and you got some Jogo Bonito for real. You got Jogo Bonito with them sides. I need to see this guy back in the team. I just think when you talk about actual ability, technical, you know, his play, but more than his football IQ, I used to point out one of the biggest things for me that I love about Kulu and a lot of players that come from Italy is that IQ is levels ahead of a lot of the players that come through English academies or just English teams. These guys in Italy, they just train tactics. They train on positioning. They do a lot of work on the tactic side of the games. You know, a lot of their preparation for games are done off the training pitch. They're just learning where to be, what to do with the ball, when you get the ball. And they're pretty much critiqued on everything they do, all the movements and all facets of play. As you saw with Antonio Conte, his patterns were very repetitive. And he had some of the best patterns because his attacking football, once it was clicking, it was free flowing. And it wasn't consistent throughout the game, but the transitions were we were the best transition team in, you could say, in the world at one point. It might be too far in the world, but definitely in the Premier League, we were one of the best transition teams, and we had Harry Kane, Son, and Kulu running forward at teams. But I just think him coming back into this team gives us that extra bit of pace, extra bit of power, you know, P in the middle of the pitch, but quality, man. You got a goal scorer. Now, he's not someone who scores high numbers of goals. He's not someone who's going to score you 20 goals. But he is someone who can score you up to 10 goals a season. He's someone who's reliable. Last year, played like game after game. There was one period where he pretty much played 90 minutes non-stop, week in, week out, every single game. So he's someone that can score you a few goals, man. Like last year, I think he got 9 goals before tapping out the season, but also paired that up with like another like maybe 10 assists. So he's a player that was close to 20 GA. I think he might have even got a 20 GA. Let me quickly check this because I remember the stats being real close, but I'm pretty sure he might have been one of the players with 20 GA last season because this is Dejan Kulusevski we're talking about, yeah? Why is it bugging? It's bugging. It's bugging. Let me check this right now. I'm pretty sure you got Junior. Sorry, I need to fact check myself. You guys know what I'm like. I'll fact check other people, but I also fact check myself. When I start saying these stats, I want to make sure you guys, when you're repeating these stats, you guys are sure with what you're saying. So Dejan Kulusevski, I was right. 21 GA last season. 21. So look, you can see it just there. And last year, the maddest thing is what you see about him is he literally played everywhere. I was on the right, man was in the 10, man was in the 9. He just got thrown all over the pitch, but he gave what the team needed and gave us what we needed. So yeah, man, look, we need a player like him back in our team. And can't wait to have Kulu back. I did also see this tweet that I just found so funny because this was 11th of May. This was this year. This was this year when the injury first happened. Ange. And this is why I'm not going to have people tell me Ange was not also at fault for some of these injuries. Because look, this is straight after. People are laughing about it, yeah? They're laughing. Just a knock. See you next season and stuff. He's lying. He should be okay. Just talking to him after, the medical team are not too concerned about him. It was just a knock. Just a knock. This is literally exactly by one day, 6 months later, we've never seen Kulu back on the pitch. Never seen Kulu play football again. 6 months. 6 months, people. 6 months. But people are going to sit here and tell me, you have an Ange agenda. What about Ange's injuries? You're going to keep the same energy? Bro, this is what I mean by Ange was definitely at fault. Ange was definitely chatting rubbish. Ange didn't have a clue what he was talking about half the time. 6 months. Bro said it was just a knock. He should be okay, fam. He had a whole knee surgery. A whole knee surgery. And the medical department, I've told you, man, as much as Ange was at fault, the medical department are just as bad. The man said they're not too concerned, fam. This is why our club, our team, is still in the same problem because they're never too concerned. We're seeing right now, Kolo Muani. Let me just scroll up a little piece. Let me scroll up a little piece. I've bookmarked all of this, yeah? First, we have heard Kolo Muani has indeed fractured his jaw. So if you guys are not aware and you're a bit too late, Kolo Muani had I don't even call it a collision. I was gonna say altercation, but why not altercation? It was collision. He had a collision with Harry Maguire in the Tottenham versus Manchester United game where he sort of, I think it was he either headed his jaw or I can't remember exactly. It's like his jaw hit Harry Maguire, whether it's a shoulder, face, or somewhere like that. He hit himself into Harry Maguire. We know the fridge. Yeah. So it was like a fridge door hit his face. I don't know if that's ever happened, son. You open the fridge and just knock yourself out. But they have been given a reasonably positive diagnosis that shows it does not require surgery, so should be less than 6 to 8 weeks recovery time. Now, what we have recently seen is Solanke was so-called not required surgery and then had surgery a couple weeks ago. So I can't necessarily say that this is reliable. It's come from Alistair Gold, so we have to take it as reliable for now. But when I mean it's not reliable, I just don't trust the Tottenham medical department. So it's not surprising if it surpasses the 6 to 8 weeks recovery time, which will take us into January, which is going to be tough because now we're without Muani, the player that we signed. He's pretty much up until January when he does return. We're looking at whether it's the start of January or so on. He would have played an old. Let's actually look into this because it's mad. It's actually mad. Kolo Muani's injury record before joining Tottenham was, I think he'd missed 3 or 4 games his whole career. Like literally near to nothing. Look, I'm gonna share this tab with you so you guys can see what I talk about again. it's mad. Like, and people can't tell me we don't have an issue with our injury department, because I know it can be unfortunate sometimes. Players just have injuries. Maybe we're just cursed. Maybe we're just cursed. But it doesn't make no sense that his whole interest, his whole career. Now, deep it. More games at Tottenham than his whole career. This season, he's missed 12 games alone. Prior to that, he'd only missed 8 games. He hadn't even been out for 68 days. 3 days last season, 17 days before, 5 days before that, and 16 days before that. And even that don't even count. That was a virus. This one don't even count. It's not an injury. That was a virus. So that's an illness. Yeah? We don't even count this one. It's madness. It's madness. We must be cursed at this point. This guy has played a grand spanking 320 minutes. So we signed this guy on loan, and by the time it comes to the January transfer window, where I think we'd probably be better off signing a new striker or trying to get someone. I heard links to Ivan Toney, then, man. The guy would have played 320 minutes. 320 minutes. That's not even 5 football matches. It's about 3 football matches and a half. 3.5 games. I swear, whenever we loan players, it just doesn't work out. This is why I was never really like, the more I thought the loan could work out, but that's why my expectation was so low, and I said, just give me 10 goals. 10 in all comps, and I'll be happy. 10. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm asking for 10, Kolo. I don't even think he's going to get us 5. Don't even think he's going to get us 5 at this point. I generally don't remember the last time we've had a successful loan player. Now, I'm not talking loan to obligations or loan to buys. I'm talking about just loan. Just a loan with an option. There's not been a successful one for us in such a long time. I remember Dan Juma loan, Carlos Vinicius loan, Jetson Fernandez loan, a Longley loan. Please, people, come in the chat and tell me if I'm missing any loans. If I'm missing any players, please let me know. But honestly, I can't think of a loan working out. Bale, I mean, Bale worked out because he's Bale, innit? That was just, it's Bale. He's one of the best players we've ever seen. So, yeah, that was going to work out. But anyone else? Anyone got anyone else? Like, let me do it. No. Let's keep that like that. Oh, yeah, let's keep it like this. Sorry. But yeah, man, look. On this, I did also see. I think I saw something else regarding this, but let me come to the chat now. Let me come to the chat. I know I've been rambling. I've been rambling for a while, so let me come to the chat, see what the people them are saying. Kulu might not come back the same player. Yeah, he might not. I can't even lie. Long-term injuries do have long-term impacts, and we're seeing that with Bentancur. Bentancur is a player who suffered with a long-term ACL injury and then another injury after that. And to be fair, just hasn't come back with the same aggressiveness and same tenacity. He doesn't really look good on the ball. Like, he looks good sometimes, but it doesn't look nowhere near the player he was at before. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong. Facts. Kulu, another player that will look shit under Frank, but they'll blame his injury. How is that? Until he plays with another manager, it's not Frank. You won't be able to prove that it's not the injury, but it might be 3 or 4 years before he plays on it. Like, Tottenham Rangers, sometimes some of the points you make don't even make sense. But I hear you. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think I just don't think that they learn tactics as much, so their IQ isn't as high. And I didn't mean English players, I meant English academies, and players that are bred in England, in the sense of any player that comes out of the academy. So not English like nation, not English nationals. Because Bukayo Saka is one of the smartest footballers in the league, so not him. But big up to you, man. Good luck with your appointment. Are you thinking that Van der Ven could become Spurs' next Rice? You would have a point if you had a quality around him, but the quality is poles apart from Arsenal's squad. Well, he won't become the next Rice because I know he can drive, but Rice can't even drive like him. He won't drive at the same pace as him, but he's also a centre back, not a CDM, or even an 8. Rice was a centre back in the day, but Rice only played centre back because again his stature, sort of his commanding, like can command this area. He's a good leader, so naturally they'll put him at the back because he's tall and so on. But his technical ability far succeeds a centre back. He's like a Stones as well, so that man can play forward. So I don't think so. That this time last season, Kulu was carrying us. Facts. Big up Durag Diaries. 7 months is crazy. 7 months is crazy. Man said Hyper's been a member for 7 months. Make sure you guys are being like Hyper, man. Hyper's a real supporter. He was here in the days when there was literally like 5 man watching. He was just in here with me, cracking jokes. I know he's out here as a busy man, but big up to you for always checking in, always supporting, man. We appreciate you every time. The real VVVVIP. Big up to my guy, Hyper, man, every single time. Frank has already said that his team hasn't got the physicality that Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool squad have. So Frank knows that his squad isn't good enough. Yeah, the squad isn't good enough. We know that. We more than know our squad isn't good enough, man. I thought Muani dived. It didn't even look like Maguire touched him. Just send this guy back, made a glass. Yeah, it does look like he's a bit fragile. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those ones from a dead leg to a dead jaw. So actually, the dead leg thing, I don't think it was correct because it does say on transfer market, the official way that they're listing the injury is, I believe, a muscle contusion. And what is a muscle? I'm pretty sure it's like bleeding within the muscle or something. Or what does actually entail? So a muscle contusion is a bruise caused by a direct, blunt impact to the muscle that crushes muscle fibers and breaks blood vessels underneath the skin, leading to internal bleeding and pain. So yeah, it was sort of internal bleeding and so on. So he must have had a contact, whether that was he must have fell on the floor or something bad happened regardless. So dead leg, well, I don't think it was a dead leg, and it was a muscle contusion, and the head is a broken jaw. So as much as he has made a glass, I don't think many people would get through those injuries and carry on playing football. I'm not gonna lie. Like the broken jaw thing, there's quite a few players that have played with facial injuries. Now I don't know whether they're broken jaws in particular, because I suppose a jaw is it's a tricky place, isn't it? Because you could play, and then if he gets knocked again, man's whole jaw could be out of alignment, and he might start looking like my man Robert Whittaker, fam. I don't know if you might watch UFC, but if you see what Kamzat done to his jaw, man pushed all these teeth went inside his mouth. Man pushed his teeth inside his mouth. So yeah, bro, dark. Let's hope that don't happen to my man. So I hear why. So you might not want to play with it. Kulusevski, since being at Spurs, played much better football than he did at Juventus. He was on the bench, and so now his body has taken a toll on him. Plus, the training and the games are much more strenuous. Yeah, you are right about that, Lynn. Same as Solanke, injuries of note. No injuries of note before joining Spurs. Aye, bro. Man said, look, Destiny. What you say, man? Jar got luck. Shout out to Kodak and French Montana. Man said he got the lockjaw, yeah. Imagine if Areola was our manager with this medical team, we wouldn't have a squad. Yeah, Areola football is mad. Like people don't realize. They actually don't realize. These players who are playing in the Premier League have never played for their other clubs and are expected that their bodies will adapt quickly. But that is not true. Their bodies are rejecting the pressure. The one thing I've always agreed on, and I'm a I'm a big believer that the Premier League nowadays, or just football nowadays, far too intense. Don't give the players enough rest. They're adding more and more games every year, whether it's more international games, more European games, more friendlies. They're always finding a way. Sorry, this little, see, this is why I usually don't put this little chat up, yeah, because this distracts me. I'll start reading something in there mid-sentence, and then my head goes left. So I'm reading, because I'm just seeing ecstasy MDMA launch, bro. Man, am I violating him? Man, am I trying to say, man? Man, I'm saying he's on the party drugs. Crazy stuff. Man, am I saying his jaws swinging? It's crazy. Sorry, I don't even know where I was at now. So I'm taking this off. I'll get too distracted. I don't even know where I was at now. Don't even know what I was saying, because you man are funny, man. Big up to everyone in the chat for real, man. You guys, the community, man, appreciate you, man, because you actually give me a mad joke. Muani's soft. He can play with a mask like Vadio did for months. He don't kick the ball with his jaw. Today's generation, mate. Wrap him in a cotton wool. Back in my day, I would play with a broken leg. Back in my day, everyone loves the back in my day. I do as well, to be fair, because I'm someone that loves football from back in the day. But more than that, I just love the culture from back in the day. I think far too often everyone's soft. Just the world is soft right now. Any little injury, everyone goes down. Like, say a little dead leg. Like, I'll be real. If I had a dead leg, I'd still play. Muscle bleeding and everything. I'd still try play, bro. I'd still try run. I play football with broken toe. And obviously, yeah, broken toe ain't too much, but like that's when I've heard players like missing games with a broken toe. I've had a broken toe and I've played matches. Like, it's not that deep. You just tape your toe to the other toe and you get through it. You know, like the adrenaline pushes you. Most of the time when you have these injuries, unless it's a mad injury where you can't move and so on, adrenaline's gonna push you through. These men are just weak. Footballers are actually weak. They're bare pussies. You go watch the NFL, and I've been doing that a lot. I'm a big NFL fan recently. I can't say I have a particular team, because I mean I follow the Philadelphia Eagles to some extent, but even then again, like I don't have a team where I'm actually in love with a team like I'm Tottenham in it. So I'm just a fan of the sport. I'll watch any games I saw, especially if it's a big game. But them man are real warriors, you know. The man are just running into each other head first and them things. Bare man are getting injuries and playing through them injuries. Bare man, swollen ankles, twisted ankle, sprained ankle. They're running through that, bro. Just injection play. And look, I ain't here trying to tell people get injections and don't take care of your body, because you should take care of yourself. But when you're getting paid as much money as these man do, there is a certain point of when you have to take risk. You're getting paid to take risk. You're getting paid to show commitment. So I want to see that on the pitch, innit? And sometimes I think these men are little fairies, man. Some of these men are fairies. Not saying that this is Muani in particular. I am saying, but I'm not saying. But bare man are fairies nowadays, man. That was a loan with an obligation, Ulrika. But I do get your point. Paulinho's a loan with an option. So I just mean a direct loan. Even like a loan with an option could count. So Paulinho has worked. I mean, we can take that. We'll take Paulinho in it. But I just generally meant like a loan where we don't at the start of it expect to sign the player. Well, Paulinho is expected to sign. I always expect that was going to be pushed through. The same with Porro. The same with Kulu. The same with I'm trying to think what other loan obligations we got. There's quite a few of them. So yeah, there's been quite a few. That just, I think from the other side of things, just haven't worked. If we had Prime Kane and Son up top, I'd be all for attacking football, but we don't have them. So yeah, you're right, Ghost. I don't think we need to play attacking football. This free-flowing attacking football stuff, the Tottenham way. People need to let go of the fucking Tottenham way. We played the Tottenham way at White Hart Lane. We've moved to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Respectfully, people, yeah, we aren't the same team. We don't have the same ground. We used to blitz teams at White Hart Lane. That used to be our fortress. It's not the same. It's not the same anymore. So we need to adjust our style to match the new way the teams are being approached. And also, at White Hart Lane, for the majority of the time in the Premier League anyway, we was like a mid-table club. So like all this Tottenham way stuff, that like Enoch because Enoch are the people that pushed this Tottenham play attacking football. we win games. I'm here to win games. I'm here to get results. Attacking football's great. I just need good performances. Like, again, like if we're 2-0 up the way Frank does and he sits back for the rest of the game, we win the game. I'm fine with that. We're 2-0 up. We ain't got to go and get 4 or 5 goals. But yes, I do want to see patterns of play, good attacking patterns of play. And that's the key thing, is that if we are a transition club, like we're playing in the transition, that's fine. We just got to make sure those transitions are really well worked on and they're good. But it's going to take time for Frank to really get up to speed. And I don't think it's helped. He's had a revolving team, man. This front line, luckily for us, our back line has been the same pretty much all season, barring Udogie and Romero have picked up minor injuries, and then the fringe players. It's been pretty much the same. The midfield, we've been lucky. Paulinho and Bentancur have been healthy. Paulinho, Bentancur, Sarr have all been healthy enough majority of the time. So that's been the main trio that's been revolved. Whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. So I think in the front line, when people talk about the attack, if you look at the amount of attacking trios that have started, different attacking trios, I think that could point to where some of the issues have been in the attack. Because if English players are trained in the same way as the first team, when they come through, they adapt easier. When they adapt easier, but that doesn't mean their actual football IQ is as good. They can adapt to the intensity of the Premier League, but that's about it. Yes, I'm so glad Hyper got me back there, because yes, I think the Premier League, and not just the Premier League, football has been far too demanding of these players. I think a lot of players are suffering more injuries than usual, and we're seeing more injuries than ever, I think, in the Premier League in particular, because of the intensity, the amount of games that there are. Players just can't live up to it. We saw Rodri, KDB over the last couple of years that players are coming out and just saying, like, our bodies are breaking down on us. The players would last a lot longer back in the day. Back in your day, Machina, players would last a lot longer because there wasn't as many games. There wasn't as many competitions. They wouldn't have to travel as much. Like, there's just so much going on now, man. Like, I don't get me wrong, I'm a fan, innit? So man love that there's more football and stuff, but I want my players to be healthy so they're playing the best quality. I'd rather quality football than quantity of football. That's my thing. Football is physical from tier 1 all the way down to the bottom tiers of English football. Yeah. Back in my day, Jords had a hairline. Game's gone. I still do have a hairline. Man were trying to tell because I've grown out my hair a little piece, which I will be getting a trim over the next week or two. I literally haven't had a trim since like nearly 2 months now. It's nearly 2 months without a trim. So the hair's just looking a bit grown out. The fringe. That's what people don't get, man. When your hair grows out, you're going to grow a little bit of a fringe, so the hairline looks like it's kind of. But when I get my shape up and that, and I come back fresh trim, and the man are all looking at the corners and like, raw, Jords, black spray. Nah, bro. Like, my corners are not gone. Man, just use some castor oil. The people them know. Yo, the vibe, no, you're bringing up your thing, because that's a mad why. Shouldn't be what. Anyways. So Joe's saying destroy your body for the short gain. I hear it. That's not what I said, but you know what I mean? Too many fairies. People need to watch the Vinnie Jones. No. My man was a madman. Vinnie Jones was out here booting man in their knees. See, the Roy Keanes and Vinnie Jones, them man are actually trying to, like, not just injure people temporarily. They were trying to take man's careers. They're different level. They're different. That's a punch-up team. If you foul man the way he did, I don't care. I'm doing Eric Cantona, fly kick into your chest. I'm not lying. I am going mad. If you see like what he done to Haaland's dad, Ricky, I would have got up and rocked him. I don't care about referees. If I catch you anywhere in this stadium, I'm rock. In fact, fuck that. If my team members are not back in the beef, I'm rocking my team members as well. There's no way a man could fly kick me and my knee stud first and I ain't getting GBGs. Oh my God. On my mom's life, I'm rocking my teammates if I have to. We are rocking Roy Keane tonight. The fact they both live and play in Manchester too. Bro, we are getting it cracking. We're getting it cracking straight from there. So you can go back to those days, but just know that it's going to come with some, it's going to get tough for certain, man. Like, some players are going to have to start getting it rocking. Muani's a bit, yeah, he is. He is. I'm not gonna lie, Starcrow. He is. He is. I tried to say no, but he is. How long has it been since we won Tottenham playing won the trophy playing the Tottenham way? Yeah, I'm tired of hearing the Tottenham way, bro. The Tottenham way is a myth, fam. It actually is. And Jai is not for sale. And Jai is for sale. I'm telling you, Machina. I know you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. But everyone for sale is at Everton. And also, we've got the perfect replacement lined up. You can take Richie back. We're going to give you Richie on a discount price. We're going to give you your guy back. I still see Everton fans talk about Richarlison like he's a top player. They love him. Take him back. Take him off our hands. But Stephen Pienaar settings, we done this together before. You know the way how this works, Machina. You sell us a player. He doesn't work out. We sell him back to you. Take it back. Refund settings. I want a partial refund. I don't even want the full refund. I feel like if you give me the full refund, I'm bumping you. I'm bumping you at this point. I don't want a full refund. Just give me a partial thing, fam. Stephen Pienaar settings, like, please, trust me. Trust me, bro. I need it. I need it. Big up, Jords. What do you think of Njai from Everton? Bro, mad player, Anthony. Mad player. This guy, I'd pay 60 to 70 mil for him. We paid 65 for Richarlison. Bro, take Richarlison back. We'll chuck you 30. Done. That's a 60 million pound deal. We'll take 30. We'll give you 30. Sorry, we'll give you 30. We'll take Njai. You have Richarlison. So you've got a replacement plus 30 mil. So you don't even have to go out there and try sign anyone else. You got Tyler Diblin in your ranks that's ready to, yeah, he can replace Njai on the wing. He'll give you what Njai is giving you off the right. Got Grealish on the left. Richarlison up top to replace Beto. It's all working out for all. Oh my God. Get me in the Spurs recruitment department, fam. Get me in the Spurs recruitment department because somebody's going to show them how to do this. We got business to work, buddy. Get me on the phone with Everton now. We got business to talk, bro. We got business to speak. And Starcrow, you know about them ones. I'm brushing all 72 angles. And make sure you put that strawberry mint oil on. And then make sure you also get the strawberry mint bar soap. And brush every single angle. Also, don't make sure not forget on the crown, you need one of these. You need to make sure you put this on the crown so you don't mess up the vortex that's going to be created from the waves. Right, that guy's a fucking clown, man. I big up to him though. What I will say is I support anybody that can make a business out of nothing. My man made a business out of making waves, fam. Like, allow me. Maybe in like 10 years I might be at this point, but even so, I don't think I will. I'll really do the Turkey trip if I had to. Bon Randall bin Muani. Big up to Kenga's in the building. I'd spin the block on Keen if he did that to my own man. Bro, I'd be spinning more than one block. Trust me. GBG's is in full effect. But man, Randall J. Hey, where is Jay, fam? Jay, stop being fragile. But we don't want Richarlison back. Everton is looking at other strikers, not Richarlison. We just need to make a few calls, and I think you'd look at Richarlison. Just a few calls need to be made. You man are finito after the break. We got a few players come back from injury, actually. We do. I think, do you know what? Let's actually look. Because I've seen that there was... I saw this like a week ago. That players were due back. Does they have estimated times for return? Yes. So, apparently... So, now I think this is all perspective, and this is all like with very, very good hope. And these are like initially the dates that we have been given. But now I don't think all of these are right. Kulusevski most definitely not. But as per transfer market, it's believed to be that Dragusin's due back. after the international break. Takai is due back, but the guy's not even played at all, so Takai don't even matter. But Suma's apparently due back. Solanke is due back. Davies is due back. Gray's due back. Bergval's due back. Obviously, concussion. Kudus is due back. He's not. He's definitely not due back. This one has not been updated. But I would suspect that majority of these are maybe Solanke. I've heard Solanke's touch and go. I know Solanke could be back, but might not be back. Dragusin's definitely going to be available. But look, quite a few players are due back. Quite a few players are due back after the international break. Kulu is saying a week after. I don't think that's correct. I'll probably give that another month. And then obviously, Kolo Muani, we know this one's still not been updated. So they need to update that from the 10th or the 11th because it's about 4 days ago. I think they put that down on Sunday. So yeah, people, we got quite a few players due back from injury, a few players back from injury. It could look good. Things are looking up. I'd pay to get rich off our books. Genuine bum, bro. I would too. Should we create the GoFundMe? Agent Jords cooking, bro. Let me cook. All right, bro. You got to at least brush for I think 1 hour a day. I think it is. You got to spend 5 minutes on every angle. Yeah. Got to make sure you hit every single angle if you want those 720 vortex waves. Yeah. Starcrow knows what I'm talking about. Some man in here bare confused, Star, bro. They're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Waves, vortex. They don't get it. They don't get it, man. They don't get it. But if you know, you know, innit? If you know, you know. But Tottenham Ranger, we should have hired Glasner. 3-5-2 formation. No, but you don't sign managers to fit the players you got. You sign a manager to build the system he's got, and it should fit some of the players, but we're going to sign new players, so some players need to be sold. That's the one. We need to sell some players in January, man. Richarlison being one of them. Big up to Rodney Martin. Solanke is a Bitcoin. Stop counting him as a real player. Same with Kolo. Man said he's a Bitcoin, fam. You're going mad. And Giant Grealish at Everton's motor. We'll miss him dearly during AFCON. Yeah. That's the reason why I don't think Njai does get moved in January. He's got AFCON, man. So he'll probably get moved on it in the summer. There'll be nothing in Jan. But Frank's the one green lighting Vuskovic loan. So actually, if you don't know, so you haven't looked into it properly, Tottenham Ranger, the Vuskovic loan was actually sort of agreed prior to him even coming in this window in the summer. It was Spurs have already had conversations with Hamburg. His brother plays there and stuff. So there was already talks, and I suppose with his agents, they would have set up to be, look, if there's going to be a loan this year, it's going to be to Hamburg to give him a bit more a comfortable environment to be in, but also a good league, a good opposition, somewhere where he can play against a good level of players to learn. And he's bossing that league right now. Now, I don't necessarily think we need him. It would be good to have him, but him playing week in, week out will do more for him this season to come best prepared next year when then there's actually going to be higher up in the pecking order. He'll probably be the first player behind Romero and Van de Ven in that sense. It's tough, man, because we've got quite a few centre-backs coming through the ranks right now. The young players coming through the ranks are really doing their thing. We've got Mason Melia, who's been balling out. He's going to be here in January. I'm pretty sure he joins in January when he turns 18. So there's a striker, a very young striker coming through. If you do not know about Mason Melia, make sure you go do your research on Mason Melia, man. Trust me, because good player coming through. Real good player coming through. Striker out of the Irish League. We signed him a few years ago, and it's just been one of those ones waiting for the age to go through. And he's been bagging goals. He's been bagging goals at the top level. To give you the numbers in particular, I'm pretty sure he's got like 15 goals or something like that. Mason Melia has scored this season 44 games, 14 goals, 4 assists, and that's as a 18-year-old, sorry. That's as an 18-year-old. So he's really stepped up this year. He's had a really strong season for them. So that could be a player that can come through. I know some people are saying Dane Scarlett and stuff like this. I don't think Dane Scarlett's going to be ready. As much as we have seen him have some little good moments, I'd put him ahead of Richarlison in the pecking order. But This is To's time to shine. He picked up a good goal against Man United. Nice little touch, turn, and finish. No Kolo Muani. Richarlison's not necessarily performing the best. So Tel's going to get more opportunities. Let's see if he can take that opportunity. Give us a big goal against this Arsenal team, man. Bro is trying to do waves. I'm out here trying to protect my hairline. I'm not like that 360 Don who did a hair transplant and ruined it. That's exactly who I'm talking about, Kingers. That's exactly who I'm talking about. Vuskovic starting for Croatia on Friday. Yeah, no doubt, man. Vuskovic, brother, is also, yeah, that's it. But he's man said, he best not be juicing up my guy Vuskovic, because I don't know if people have seen the average stats for his aerial duels, but man is averaging like 7 aerial clearances or some shit like that a game this season. He is a monster in the air. So yeah, I hope that my man is not doping him up and giving him some steroids so he's got all this energy to jump. Said he wasn't going to get game time and had the option to stay, but thought it was better to be going alone for game time. Yes, so it was already agreed. But of course he would have no assurance he's going to play. It's fucking Romero and Van de Ven, bro. What are we doing here? Man said he's already better than Danso. If you say so, I mean, I'd probably agree. Next season, like I said, put him ahead of Danso, see how it goes. But like, you need experience. We're playing a year with Champions League. We're battling for top 4. We don't need young players being ahead of us, especially in Frank's first season. Let him come next season when the system and the team is more settled, and then he can come into a better environment where we're going to be looking a lot better. So, yeah, man, look, he's got time. He's going to turn 19 in February, as we can see here. He's still very young, man. But yeah, no, I didn't delete Ghosted. I did see it. I was working at this client's house, Chelsea Sport, a Croatian guy, and he told me we signed a gem. I understand it. I've heard Croatians talk about him real high. Like, he's the player coming out of Croatia. So look, Vuskovic, you know what? People don't know about. I was making videos on this guy before he even joined Tottenham. You know them ones that you can go check the shorts. I think it's on my TikTok. It might even be on my YouTube. Go check it out. You know what I mean? I was trying to let people know this guy's a real bad man. A real go for it. He's a problem. So trust me, we're on the same wavelength when it comes to this. But look, people, I'm gonna have to end the stream there. It's been a nice, good stream, I'd say quick one, but how it's gone so fast. Big up to everyone inside, man. You guys are keeping us entertained. Make sure you guys are smashing the likes, doing all of that good stuff. What are the likes on right now? We're on 30 likes. All right, so I can't even complain. I can't even say anything. Yeah. Big up to you guys. Is there anyone of the mandem that are live that I know you guys are interested in watching? Let's have a see. Let's have a quick check. Okay. Troops. Do you know what? Who better to raid up than Troops, man? Who better to raid up than Troops? So let's go raid up Troops. Hurricane Melissa, last hour left. Go drop a DRD raid. But more than anything, if you can share the message, if you guys can show some love, show some support to the cause, please do so. But yeah, man, I'm going to go raid up Troops. Let them know you come over from the boy. And yeah, look, until tomorrow, we'll be back.